Economics, Standard 12, Unit 10, Environmental Economics continued. Pollution. Let us learn today water pollution. The introduction of substances or energy into the marine environment results in deleterious effects to living resources, hazards to human health, hindrance to marine activities. There are four types of water pollutions, namely surface water pollution, groundwater pollution, microbiological pollution, and oxygen depletion pollution. So there are four types of water pollutions, namely surface water pollution, and secondly groundwater pollution, and thirdly microbiological pollution, and fifth, the most important one, is oxygen depletion. So there are four types of water pollutions, namely surface water pollution, groundwater pollution, microbiological pollution, and oxygen depletion pollution. Surface water includes natural waters found on the earth's surface. Natural water found on the surface like rivers, lakes, lagoons and oceans. Hazardous substances coming into contact with this surface water, dissolving or mixing physically with the water, can be called surface water pollution. Groundwater pollution, groundwater contamination occurs when man-made products such as gasoline, oil, and chemicals get into the groundwater. In addition, untreated water from septic tanks, toxic chemicals from underground storage tanks, and leaky landfills contaminate groundwater. And thirdly, microbiological pollution. In many communities around the world, people drink untreated water straight from a pond, a river, or a stream, and so on. Sometimes there is natural pollution caused by microorganisms like viruses and bacteria. This natural pollution causes both aquatic and human illness. And fourthly, oxygen depletion pollution. When oxygen levels in the water are depleted, relatively harmless aerobic microorganisms die and anaerobic microorganisms begin to thrive. So, when oxygen levels in the water are depleted, relatively harmless aerobic microorganisms die and anaerobic microorganisms begin to thrive. Some anaerobic microorganisms are harmful to people, animals, and the environment as they produce harmful toxins such as ammonia and sulfides. Causes of water pollution. There are many causes of water pollution. Water pollution is caused due to several reasons. And first important one is discharge of sewage and wastewater. Now, sewage, garbage, and liquid waste of households, agricultural runoff, and effluent from factories are discharged into lakes and rivers. These wastes contain harmful chemicals and toxins which make the water poisonous for aquatic animals and plants. Secondly, dumping of solid waste. The dumping of solid waste and litters in water bodies cause huge problems. And thirdly, industrial wastes are just discharged. Industrial waste contains pollutants like asbestos, lead, mercury, grease oil, and petrochemicals, which are extremely harmful to both people and environment. Oil spills is another important cause of water pollution. Seawater gets polluted due to oil spilled from ships and tankers while traveling. The spilled oil does not dissolve in water and forms a thick sludge polluting the water. And acid rain. Acid rain is pollution of water caused by air pollution. When the acidic particles caused by air pollution in the atmosphere mix with water vapor, it results in acid rain. Global warming. Due to global warming, there is an increase in water temperatures. As a result, aquatic plants and animals are affected. Finally, eutrophication. Eutrophication is an increased level of nutrients in water bodies. This results in bloom of algae in water. It also depletes the oxygen in water, which negatively affects fish and other aquatic animal populations. So, discharge of sewage and wastewater, dumping of solid waste, discharge of industrial waste, oil spills, acid rain, global warming, and eutrophication are the important causes of water pollution. Effects of water pollution. Water pollution adversely affects the health and life of man, animals, and plants alike. Polluted water is also harmful for agriculture as it adversely affects the crops and the soil fertility. Pollution of seawater damages the oceanic life. The effects can be catastrophic depending on the kind of chemicals, concentrations of the pollutants. The effects of water pollution are varied and depend on what chemicals are dumped and in which locations. Many water bodies near urban areas are highly polluted. This is the result of both garbage dumped by individuals and dangerous chemicals legally or illegally dumped by manufacturing industries, health centers, and markets. There are 4 important effects of water pollution. We can easily keep it in our mind, just in our memory, because all these 4 important effects of water pollution starts with D. Death of aquatic animals, destruction of food chains, diseases, destruction of ecosystem. The main problem caused by water pollution is that it kills organisms that depend on these water bodies. Dead fish, crabs, birds, and seagulls, dolphins, and many other animals often wind up on beaches, killed by pollutants in their habitat. Second important effect is the disruption of food chain. Pollution disrupts the natural food chain as well. Pollutants such as lead and cadmium are eaten by tiny animals. Later, these animals are consumed by fish and the food chain continues, disrupted at all higher levels. Diseases also another important effects of water pollutions. The discharge of untreated and undertreated effluent contributes to several ecological degradation. The indiscriminate human activities such as open defecation, solid waste dumping, discharge of drainage water are responsible for the pathogenic bacteria, waterborne diseases like the pathogenic bacteria and waterborne diseases like typhoid, malaria, dysentery, jaundice, dengue fever, viral fever, and worm infections. So many diseases are caused only by water pollution. And the other important effects of water pollution is the destruction of ecosystem. Ecosystems can be severely destroyed by water pollution. Many areas are now being affected by careless human pollution, and this pollution is coming back to hurt humans in many ways. So the careless human pollution caused by human beings are just coming back to hurt humans in many ways. And of course, we have to find out certain remedies for avoiding these water pollutions. Comprehensive water management plan, construction of proper storm drains and settling ponds, maintenance of drain line, effluent and sewage treatment plant, regular monitoring of water and wastewater, and stringent actions towards illegal dumping of waste into the water bodies are certain important remedial measures to control water pollution. Let us learn noise pollution and land pollution in the next class. Thank you for listening.